you know what? I'm just going to use that for today's playthrough. A little bit unconventional, but hey, that's the way I roll. Hey everyone, this is Thecos, and today I'm going to bring you my preview of Dungeons of the Oak Dell by Two Acorns Games. I was asked to preview this game. Currently my schedule is very full. It was kind of hard to squeeze this in. So the campaign on Kickstarter is already going. It will just be active for a few more days, right? So if you like what you see here today, you should probably check out the campaign quite soon. This is like a dungeon crawler where several players are going through a dungeon and trying to fulfill the objective as quickly as possible. So no points to collect, just fulfill the objectives. But you can also play it solo. That means you just need to fulfill the objective in a specific amount of time. Today's preview will be structured a little bit differently than usual. This will be a shorter preview than usual. That means I will show you how the game plays. I will play through the game a few rounds, not through the entire game, mainly because it is a game that can become quite complex and take quite a bit of time. That's why I will just give you a rough overview over how it works, so you kind of get an idea, and then also give you my first impressions of what I think about the game. So before we get started, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's go. All right, there we go. So what you need for this game? Well, several things. First of all, you need a dice sheet right here. That is always the same. Then you need a character sheet that several characters to choose from. I think in the preview copy I had 4 characters I could choose from. I just chose her just because I like the visuals here. Then you take a map sheet, like a dungeon sheet. There are, I think, 2 different ones in the preview, but there will be more in the final version. And then also you have like a stack of enemies. I have them right here, sorted by difficulty, 1, 2, 3 skulls, and the boss. Probably the boss you will not see today. And you just choose one of the level 1 enemies randomly and put it right here. It is recommended to start with the ghost, and that's what I will do. Also, you need 6 dice, 3 white ones and 3 black ones. You need a pen, of course, because this is a roll and write after all. And also what you need is a ruler. So now, the following. I do have a very large ruler that I use for cutting and marking stuff and doing inserts, doing my print and play stuff, whatever. I also have a small ruler that is very beaten up, but it was like some advertisement thing a few years ago, and I don't really want to show that off on camera, right? That would be a little bit weird. I'm not sponsored by whoever made that ruler, so that also doesn't work. So that means I don't have a ruler for this playthrough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take like a small bookmark and I'll do it with that, because you actually need a ruler, but I only need it for that small sheet here, so that one works fine. That is a bookmark I got from a bookstore, and it says, "Reading makes you intelligent, makes you clever, says the fox." And there's a little fox with glasses. Isn't that cute? So, you know what? I'm just going to use that for today's playthrough. A little bit unconventional, but hey, that's the way I roll. All right. With that, the setup is already complete. Let me just guide you through what you see here. We have the dice sheet. The dice sheet is for allocating dice that we roll, and then we can pick one die and do the actions as it says here. For moving, for attacking, and also for being attacked. Then we have the dungeon sheet. That is where we walk through. We just take our pen and we just mark where we walk through. And wherever we land, we can do specific things. We can also backtrack. That is possible. So that is no problem at all. Then we have the character sheet. The character sheet is where we mark our HP. In case we find any equipment, we can mark that here. And also like specific skills we can mark here, and also potions that we find, right? With the potions we can do like specific things here. For example, we can draw more lines for attacking, for example, things like that. And then also we have an enemy here that we are that is like constantly attacking us in the dungeon, and we are constantly attacking the enemy there. Pretty straightforward. That's what you see here. The gameplay isn't that difficult either. What makes up the complexity of the game is like all the different options you have, everything you can pick up and everything, but it's not that hard. It's actually okay. So I suppose we will just get started, and I will show you how the game plays while playing, since I'm not going to go through all the rules today anyway. I just want to give you a feeling of how the game plays, right? So the first thing we always do is the dice roll. So we take all 6 dice, we roll them right here. And what we then do is we just put the dice wherever they belong. 1, 2, the white 1, the white 2, the white 6, the black 3, black 5, and also the black 2. That's already the dice roll phase. Then we do the dice drafting phase. In a multiplayer game, each player in turn order. One player would be the starting player. We are the solo player, so there is no starting player. The starting player would start drafting die, and then all the other players. Of course, there will be more dice with more players. In a solo or two-player game, there are only 6 dice. In a solo game, it's different. In a solo game, I just draft a die, for example, this one here, and then I do whatever that die tells me here. And after that, I will remove a die, always the die with the highest pip. If there are several dice with the highest pip, it's always the black one. We will just remove that, so I can't choose it anymore. So each round, I will draft 3 dice. We will play here over 7 rounds. So 21 dice. I have 21 turns in order to fulfill the objective. Oh, what is the objective, you're asking? Well, it's a little bit small here, but you might see that we have 3 of these pentagrams here. These are the shrines. And I need to go into one shrine. Just stand here, and then I need to spend these skills. For example, this one is the left one here. In order to destroy the shrine. I need to do that 3 times, and then I win the game. As easy as that. But of course, we need these skills first. How do we get the skills? By attacking enemies. But I will get to that in just a moment. Alright, so let me just think of which die to pick. I think I want to go... I actually would like to move further. Right? You see, like, the higher the die, the further you move. The black ones, you can move even further, as you can see, right? But the black ones also make you, like, have a higher chance of you receiving more damage by the monster. So, wouldn't be that great, right? So, with the black die, I always receive damage, except if I can mitigate something. So, I might not want to take any of these for now. I would like to take one that has a red circle. To be honest, well, but then again, we could also... Yeah, I think I want to take one with the red circle. So I'm going to take this one first. So I'm going to take the one. I'll just put it right here, so I know which one I took. And that is the one. So, and now we go from the outside of the circle all the way to the inside. We start here. With the 1, I can move 1. So I will just start here at the entrance, and I will just move 1. Now I'm in this room, over here. Nothing happening there. I didn't pass over any interesting things. I didn't land anywhere interesting. That's it. Then the next one is red. That means now I can attack the monster. I will take my ruler, which definitely is not a bookmark, and I will start at any red circle. There are 3 circles. I cannot now test around with the ruler, right? I first need to say, okay, I'm going to start at a specific circle, and I need to draw a line to another circle. So I'm going to draw from there to there, these red circles, right? So what I do is I now draw that line here from the middle of the circle to the middle of this circle, right? Let me just pull off the cap here, and then there we go. That's all right. And you see, oh, we have gone through this skill here. That now means that I can cross off, or like put a circle around this skill here. That is good. We need 2 of those for that shrine over here. Also, it allows me to deal more damage next time. Did I deal damage to the monster? Not yet. When will I deal damage? Whenever I will draw another line, and that line crosses this line on top of the enemy. So if I cross the line over here, nothing happens. But if I cross it over here, I deal 1 damage to the enemy. You see, the enemy has 8 health. So I need to hit it quite often in order to do that. Okay, that already was my turn. Now the monster strikes back. So this die we removed, we will roll it again for the monster, and that is a 6. And then we check down here on where the white die is, on the left column. I rolled a 6, that is 1 damage. So up here, for my HP, I will mark the lower health track here, the first heart. Like this, right? That is okay. As soon as I mark a heart where the last heart here is, that means then I die, right? But I can get more health by marking these hearts over here. So this is kind of similar to actually like crossing out hearts, right? It's similar, it's just a different visual, and I like that visual quite a bit. All right, so that was already it. What we now do is, now we just remove the die with the highest pip. That is this one over here. And now it's our next turn. All right, so I want to get into this direction. Problem is that I only have one of these skills over here, right? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to move to the left quickly to get a blue potion, because the blue potion allows me to draw one more line when I attack, right? So I can get like damage done faster. I think that's not too bad, right? Also, purple potion up there, that would also not be too bad. By the way, we would have received less damage here had we been in an illuminated space. I could have also used one of my own torches up here in order to receive less damage, but that's fine for now. That's important for the black dice, rather, right? Okay, so I want to move 4. That's perfect. I will take this one here. I will take the 5. That means I will move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. I will cross that out. I will get a blue potion. That actually will help me attack the monster much better. And I can start from a blue circle, right? We have there, there, and there. We have 3 blue circles. I also have another potion, which is this one here, the yellow one. That one allows me to take the ruler, which definitely is not a bookmark, and then like try to find a line with the ruler before drawing it. Usually I can't do it. I have to do it like all by saying before what I want to do. So there's several things. First of all, I really want this skill here. I need it later on for these shrines, right? But I also want to deal damage. If I do this, I might cross that skill, but I will not deal damage. But I can deal damage afterwards then. I think that would be a possibility, right? I think I could do that. So, yeah. Let me do that. Let me use the blue potion here. So let me just use this one here. And then I will draw the first line will be blue to green and then green to, I think green. Okay, so blue-green right here. That should cross over that skill. It does. It does, right? So I do get that skill. Now I have 2 of those. So the shrine up here, I can already do. That is perfect. And then I said from green to green. I will go from green to green. And I have to start at the one that I just ended at. Oops. Now I drew on my ruler. Okay, there we go. And you see, now I crossed another line and it's right above the ghost. That means 1 damage to the ghost. All right, not too bad, not too bad. So now the ghost will attack. So we will roll that die. That is a 1, and a 1 does 1 damage. That's fine. That could have been worse. Like this. Okay. Oops, our die is removed. And then we remove the one with the highest pip, which is that one here. All right, last turn for this round. Here I could move 3, which would be okay, but I actually don't want to move 3. I will let you know in a moment why. Moving 1 would be okay for now. I think that is fine. So I will take this one here. I will move 1. I will just go up 1 here. And then I will draw a line from a green point. I can't draw from here or here because another rule is that you can't draw from or to a point that you have already used, right? So I need to draw from this point here. If I draw to the blue line, it looks like I can deal 1 damage at least. That's not a whole lot, but it would be fine. Green to green would give me that key. All these keys would be good because I can actually get something there. I would be able to like open a door to a treasure chest, which gives me an item. That wouldn't be too bad. What about this one here? Can I get there somehow? I don't think so. There I can only get... how do I get there? But we definitely need to do damage, right? Because if we don't do enough damage, then the monster will attack us as soon as we can't draw any lines anymore. So I will go from green to blue. I will have to do that because we need to do some damage. So green, blue right here, like this. Bam. So, and now I'm crossing 2 lines, but this one is not above the monster, only this one, right? So I only do 1 damage. All right. So now the monster attacks, right? Same thing. I roll here. That is a 1. A 1 doesn't deal any damage. Wonderful. That's perfect. This one will be discarded. And that is the first of 7 rounds. All right, let me just continue playing a little bit because I at least want to show you the thing with the shrines, right? So we are going to roll all of these again. We have a 6, 2 2s, a 5, 4, and a 2 right there. Okay, so let me just think what we can do here. I need to move 1 now because I need to move on a trap. That's another rule. If I move, like the traps deal damage if I move over them. But if I move on them, they don't deal damage, right? Because I'm moving carefully. So that's what I will do. I will take this white die here. But green. But I can't attack from green anymore. Because green, these are all used. I would have to... Well, I think I will do it. Let me just be a little bit risky. So the 2, I will take that. So I will move 3. 1, 2, 3. I will get that that purple potion, which is like really strong, right? You see, like that I can like draw 3 lines, like a snaky kind of thing. That's very good. But I move through a trap, and a trap will deal as much damage as the dungeon area I am in. Something I haven't talked about yet. This dungeon area here, without any background, that is dungeon level 1, just like the ghost here, for example. This yellowish one here is dungeon level 2, and this is dungeon level 3, the purple one. That means here I will now receive 2 damage. That is quite a lot. So I could actually die quite soon. Well, let's hope not. I only have 3 health left, but I can deal a lot of damage now, which I will now do. That was the 2. So from yellow I can start. From yellow I will go to blue over there. Oh, I can't do that. I forgot about that. Let me think. Then I can go to blue later on. That is possible. But you know what? I think I will do something else. I will draw from a yellow line, but I will draw to that blue line, which I usually couldn't do. But I will actually use this skill here, which allows me to use a point that already has been used, right? So let me just use this one. And then I will start from yellow to blue right here, like this. And that now, I don't know, it looks like I deal 1 damage, but I'm crossing 2 lines. So I think I will deal 2 damage to the monster, which is pretty good. I could now use this skill here to deal more damage, to deal 3 damage. That might be an option, but I can also reserve that for later. I can draw now another line from the blue one, and I will go from blue to red here, like this. So I cross another line here. That is the 3rd damage I'm doing, and then I can draw a 4th line. And let me go right up here to the yellow one. So I'm already at 3 damage, and now I should do even more damage. And here I'll do another damage. That's 4 damage, right? I could now use my skill, but I think I will not. Let's leave it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, will I do now 1 more damage? You know what? Let me use that skill to inflict another damage. So the monster's almost dead. And now it's the monster's turn again to hurt me. That is a 3. A 3 will deal 2 damage. But I'm in an illuminated space. That means I receive 2 damage less. So I don't receive any damage at all, which is good. Alright, so which was my die? This one was mine. And also the highest pip I will remove, and it's my turn again. So now I only have from yellow to blue here, right? That's the last thing I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move, or if I move 4, then I'm almost dead. But I just want to show you something because I'm about to end the first playthrough here, right? So I'm just gonna green or blue. I need to choose the blue one here. 5, so I can move 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will receive 2 damage from that trap. So I'm almost dead here, right? And now what I would do is draw the last line here from blue to yellow, like this. And I will not hurt the monster, which is kind of sad. That really is a shame. And then it's the monster's turn again to hit me. 3. And yeah, the monster would inflict 2 damage, but I will use one of my torches in order to mitigate that. Alright, so, and now I would remove the one with the highest pip. Oh, by the way, I landed here now, and now I could use these 2 skills, which I don't have anymore. But let's just say I had them, then I could just cross them out, and then I could destroy that shrine. I will do that 3 times and then I win, right? So you see, it's definitely possible. The hardest thing is actually the battle itself. You need to stay alive, and you also need to like get the correct skills, right? It's going to be a little bit easier down here, right? Because you get then 2 at a time or 3 at a time. But that is like the hardest thing, to actually have like all these skills required in order to destroy the shrines. There is another map also where you don't have to destroy the shrines, but you have to actually defeat a boss. There are several bosses in the game. Here's one, for example, right? These work a little bit differently. These have like a few different mechanisms here. And that is like in essence how you play the game, right? I would now just draft these dice, one of these dice, and then I would just continue with my game. Now, there are a few more things that we haven't talked about yet. First of all, we can also get like these treasure chests here with these keys. And when we do, we get like an item. And these items, whenever you get an item, you would just outline this box here next to the helmet, for example, to the cap here, and then you have this ability. So this one, for example, whenever I'm in illuminated space, like I was several times, I deduct 3 from the monster's damage, right? Not from the monster's damage, but from the monster's die, I mean, right? So it was like a 3 before, and -3 would then be 0. Things like that. And another thing I haven't talked about yet is what happens with the monster now, because I have used all the points that are possible, right? Well, what happens then is, if I can't draw any lines anymore, then the monster flees. That means it deals damage as much as the remaining health drops, right? So it would now kill me. But I mean, I haven't like played for survival. I just wanted to show you like different facets of the game. But it would then deal 1 damage to me, and then I would replace it by another monster. And then I would look in which area I'm in. I'm currently in dungeon area 3. That means I would go through these 3 piles here, and I would go to the pile with the 3 monsters here, and then I would take the next monster and just put it on top, and that's the next monster that I would have to defeat, right? And that's how the game continues until either I die or the time is over, unless before that I have destroyed the 3 shrines. And that is how the game works. In a multiplayer game, it works the same, just the drafting works a little bit different, right? Because every player drafts, and also it's not about the time here, it's about who fulfills the objective first. And that is pretty much how you play Dungeons of the Oak Dell. I hope you got like a small insight into how this game is played, and maybe that can give you an idea whether or not you would enjoy the game. If you would, head to the link that is in the description of this video, so you can head over to the Kickstarter campaign and check out the game for yourself. It's only going to be up for another few days, so you would have to hurry up then. There is also more planned. There's also planned that you can play a campaign that whenever dice are discarded in a solo game, this has like implications on the campaign. I don't know how that works because that wasn't part of the preview, but that sounds very exciting. And I think there will be even more content in the campaign itself. So it definitely is worth it to check it out. How do I like the game? Well, I'm not going to give you a full review because this is just a preview copy for now. This is still in progress. Things are still being added as far as I know. But like my rough impressions are that I like the game quite a bit. Like what I like the most is like this mechanism here. This is really cool. It's like really cool that you just that you have like a lot of different options to take, right? Because look at this. Look at this roll. There are 6 different options I can take now, right? And each one, like the moving isn't that important even, but like the colors are very, very important, right? Where do I want to draw the line from? If I need a red one, oh, the only one I can take one is this at the moment. But that means I can walk further. Cool. But I also can receive more damage. That's bad. Do I have a torch? I do, but I can only reduce it by 2 because I don't have that item yet. Oh, well, that means I will get 1 damage for sure. Oh no, I would die then. You know what I mean? So, like with each of these dice, there come a lot of implications. How far can I move? Do I move over a trap? Do I move on a trap? Will I be able to get some skills here? Oh no, I will have to draw a monster soon. I'm in area 3. Should I maybe walk further, like here, walk back into area 1? Or that's not possible, but area 2 or 1, so I get a monster that is not as difficult. A lot of things to consider, and I think the game does it quite well. The game is a lot at first, right? So the rulebook has like 12 pages, I think. So it's quite a bit at first for a roll and write game, so to speak. It takes a bit to get through. But it is quite elegant actually, because all you do is roll these dice, you pick 1 die, and you do these three events here, right? You move, you attack, you get attacked. That's it. The depth is then in like which dice do you take? which servers do you connect, and like where do you go in the dungeon, like how do you acquire your skills and stuff like, and that is pretty cool actually. I like this mechanism quite a bit. I think it works well. Also, I like the art style and everything. The theme, well, it's a dungeon crawler, right? So the theme is nothing too special, but I like the art style. It's like you have a very good overview over everything here. The iconography is done well, so this is really well done. Also, the rulebook isn't too bad. It's still not perfect, right? There were a few parts in the rulebook where I thought this could have been explained maybe at a different point in the rulebook, but you can find the things really quite quickly because the rulebook does give you a pretty good overview, right? It's structured quite well actually, so it's really not too bad. Still, it's not all perfect. I found this game very, very tight. I have the feeling that you can only move like a little bit and do a few things. You don't have enough skills. You only get them by defeating monsters, as far as I know at least, right? I didn't find any other way to get these skills. And you saw I just had to use one because otherwise I would have lost. So I had to use one, but now I can't go to the shrine anymore, right? And now I can't get any more of these skills, right? I could have gotten one of these. Okay, but... yeah, okay, I could have gotten maybe one of these, but I didn't. So now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking I tried to defeat the monster. I almost did, but I didn't really get enough skills, right? So I'm just walking around here and doing other things, right? Yeah, I can pick up potions and torches, but right, I want to deal with those shrines. Yeah, I was a little bit impatient. Later on, it gets a little bit easier the more you defeat the monsters, right? But you do receive a lot of damage, and you don't get a whole lot of things, and sometimes then the dice don't lie perfectly here the way you need them, so the game can be quite punishing, and it's a little bit tight. I haven't played enough games here to tell you whether or not that's always the case, but in the few games I have played, it was the case, right? So, just one thing to consider. Apart from that, very solid if you like roll and writes. This is quite elegant. It's very solid. You don't need to print out a whole lot. Just you need just a few. You need to print out 8-9 pages, and then you can assemble all of that, and you still have lots more monsters. You have more dungeons. You have more characters. This is always the same sheet, right? So it's not a lot to assemble, and everybody has a ruler, even if I don't have one for the video at least, and a pen and a few dice, and that's it. You're set ready to go. Pretty good. For these minimal components and rules that are quite simple to understand once you know how to play the game, this is quite a deep game. I like it. So yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw today, head over to the Kickstarter campaign and check it out yourself. I just hope that the tightness, the difficulty will be adjusted a little bit. I thought that was just a tad too much, but maybe that's just me. I haven't played enough games, as I said, right, to really say it like that. Well, that concludes my preview of the game Dungeons of the Oak Dell by Two Acorns Games. I hope you enjoyed my little preview here. And thank you so much for sticking to the very end. As usual, I'm thankful for all of your support. Especially I want to give a shout out to my generous patrons. And the biggest thanks go out to Thecos and Ryan Hall for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you'd like to support me as well, I would be really happy about that. You can do so by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, and join my Discord server to hang out with me and my really cool community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers!